Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Bill. I'm that expat prepper and I live in the Philippines. All right, so this is January 6th, the day of this filming. And what I'm trying to do is I'm going to give you the state of my pantry at this moment. And then I'm hoping that the end of next year or the beginning of the year 2025, I'm going to do something similar. So now I want to talk about my pantry first before I go in and show it to you. This pantry started due to my lack of prepping and my inability to take care of myself and my family during the COVID lockdowns here in the Philippines. And it really made me understand that I wasn't ready for anything. And so it's accumulation of a year and a half of my efforts, including the freeze dryer and then my non-food supplies. So I have a lot of other videos regarding my medical supplies, my tools, my radio equipment, and a lot of other things that preppers prep for. But today's video is going to be talking about the pantry. Some of the things I've learned about having a pantry and some of the things I'm doing that may or may not be unique, but I always appreciate any comments or feedback down below. All right, so let's take a look at where I'm at. Now, the first thing I want to say is it's a work in progress, right? A pantry is a lot of work to keep up and running, and a lot more work than you would think. You don't just buy food and throw it in the corner. And I want to talk real quick about all these big black tubs you see up here. The majority of these tubs, actually all of them with the exception of one, contain food that I've freeze dried myself. I mean, the light's a little bright there, but like this one is chili cheese mac for large bags and banana slices. I've done a lot of my own freeze drying from stuff I get out here, and I have tubs down at the bottom as well, right? So having a freeze dryer gives me a great option as I live out here in this farming community. I can get produce cheap, and really cheap if it's about to go bad, like bananas and mangoes. Mangoes, I like them when they have black spots on them. They got like a day left on the market. I get them really cheap, clean them up. Freeze-dried mango is delicious. But I got a variety of stuff in there, and I'm going to start doing more freeze-dried videos. The only reason I haven't is kind of a space thing, right? I have a lot of stuff. So I'm going to start this off with the left to right, and then we'll move around. So one of the things you'll notice is I've used, let me block the light here. I use these magnetic tags, and they're really cheap. I got them online. Since my shelf is metal, I can put these on my shelf, and I get my best use by date, right? So I can keep track at a glance. Like I know that my 2 smoked oysters out down at the bottom there are July 23. Now I'm not so super concerned about the best by date, but I do keep my eye on that, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I have a mix of things, right? These are all hams. This is kind of where I keep my more expensive canned good foods, right? So this is herring in, lemon in, chives. But I keep some of my salmon stuff up here as well. And I arranged stuff the other day so it's not quite as haphazard as it has been. Now, I'm a big fan of Bob's Red Meal, right? So I really like this soup mix. We eat a lot of it. I got some more. I do have some of his bulgur and split peas. These are kind of more of a staple thing. I haven't actually tried these yet, but going off the fact that I like his soup mix, I'm assuming those are a good staple. You'll see some random stuff in here like jalapenos. I got a lot of these now. You know, I'll get around to eating them. I don't like beanie weenies, but I do stock canned meats. This is a chorizo type of meat, condensed milk and stuff. I have it mixed up. This is more of my fruit and jelly stuff. I got jelly here. Maple syrup, we use a lot. Actually, I had 4 bottles. We used 2 this year. So I may or may not replace that. The fruit we use primarily when I do oatmeals, applesauce. I do have some chili sauce that I want to get to because it did hit the best buy or best use date, September 23. I got a few items on my list that I'm going to be making and freeze drying stuff with. You know, your standard chili. I'm out of Progresso soup, and I probably won't buy any more just because honestly I don't like it. It's okay. I'd rather spend a little bit more and get a better soup. Some fish products here, mackerel and squid to go along with my salmon and tuna that I stock. I do have some curry mix down here. I do like making curry and chicken rice. A couple cans of stew, some more sauerkraut. This is pork meat, I really do like it, and it does have a long shelf life. I got a can of cheddar sauce that's Best Buy was mid last year. I'm going to make some mac and cheese and freeze dry it. I'm just going to burn that up. I do have a box of Ready Wise food supply. I've never tried any Ready Wise product yet, but that was on sale, right? These are my pork and beans. I got some tomatoes stashed down there, as well as a whole case of green peas. All right, so now you'll see I try to mix things up pretty good. I do have a couple bags of cooking oil up here. I have some in another spot. Philippine and Pinoy style spaghetti sauce. These are some of my canned meats. Most of this is canned turkey meat, which is actually pretty delicious. I kind of mix things up a little bit here. I have some teas, some more pasta sauces, my liver spread, which is always in and out. Same with my beef stock. I rotate the stuff in and out because I use it quite often. Now here's another product that I need to make stuff with. I got a lot of these cans of meat sauce, and it is meaty. However, it did hit the Best Buy date mid last year. So I'm going to make a batch of spaghetti or pasta of some kind to go along with the batches of chili cheese mac, just to get these things rotated and into a longer shelf life. If you watch some of my videos, I do this pretty regular. I just did one on my German potato soup that I ran through the freeze dry process, so I extended the life of that soup quite longer. I do add some odd stuff to my mix that most people in the US are probably not used to, but Mang Tomas sauce, some pork cube meat out of China, which honestly wasn't very good. I did a whole review on canned meat products from Asia, and unfortunately I didn't like these. I still have them, but I will not be buying any more of those. I do my sauces and stuff here. It's the same with this meat curry, these Yao meat curries. There's a couple flavors here. Neither one of these are any good, I'll be honest with you. You ought to watch that video I did. It tells you how I feel about some of this stuff. These are items that I need to incorporate pretty soon. I do have a lot of cream of mushroom soup because I use that when I'm cooking and making batches of stuff. And obviously tomatoes. I like my tomatoes, so I got a whole batch of those. Let's zip up. Above these shelves, I have pancit canton and mee goreng. Now these boxes are over a year old, but let's be honest, it's dry noodles in a salt packet. Now these are much better than your just standard cup of soups. They keep just fine. They'll stay up there forever. And they may not be the most nutritious food, but when your belly's hungry, that's a quick go-to and will come in handy. I do have some local grown rice up here preserved. One of my favorites up here is I have my Frake's Finest coffee. Now I had 4 of these, and I used one for a while until I sourced another coffee source. This coffee is delicious. It's quite expensive. I did a review on it. However, I'm probably going to buy more because it's 25-year shelf life. And my God, I need coffee. A big, tall stack of Augustin Farm potato slices go all the way down the ground because I like potatoes too. And you know, it's a good thing to have in your pantry. This obviously has a long shelf life. I do have a small can of this, and I'll just switch over real quick because I haven't actually opened these and tested them yet. So that's what that small can is for video content. Back in the back is a bunch of freeze-dried garlic back here in jars. You'll see it back there. I got some coffee that I snack on. I do have some cocoa in my stock. This stuff I plan on using if I ever just want to spice up just a simple sticky rice dish. Now I get stuff from all over the world, right? So you'll see I get these beans and rice and pork. This pork leg product was actually the only one I enjoyed out of all my Asian canned pork. It was pretty good. Brown gravy, cinnamon, chicken sisig, which is okay. This is a Philippine product. It's okay. I got some tomato crab soup. A bunch of little things in there. This is mostly pepper, spices, chicken curry mixes, and things of that nature. Like I said, I do have canned meats. This is out of Germany. These are bratwurst, basically skinny hot dogs. Some packaged soups and white chicken meat. Another canned meat product that I really liked was these Unox Knacks. And I can't remember where they are a product from. It's definitely either Netherlands and or Germany. But when it comes to canned hot dogs and meat, these things are actually delicious. out of Spain, these are extremely delicious, is the braised pork cheeks. So I have some of those in stock. Just like I have Lakeside Beef and Juices, which is a ground beef product. A little bit fat. I've opened these up and tried them. They're great. So I got those as well. Veggies, some Prego sauce, some more veggies. Now this is another delicious canned meat product. If you can ever get this roast beef with mushroom gravy in a can, it's delicious. It has long shelf life, and it's beef. Green olives. Now my fruit shelf is lacking because we gave away a lot of fruit that was close to Best Buy, mostly my fruit cocktail and things of that nature. And I'll show a picture here of the food baskets that we put together for end of year. Now these are food basket gifts we give out to family and super friends. We always like to give food rather than money, you know, go figure. But yeah, so I've already ordered a bunch of new stuff to stock that up. Some more tomatoes. I got a generic bin down here that's going to have your mung beans, popcorn, and some other stuff. You got your baking powder, baking salt, some sugar, and then continuing to the center of this area, these three are preserved Quaker rolled oats. These are the non-instants, and I have 3 buckets, Mylar and oxygen absorbers. Those will keep for longer than I will. Same with some mashed potato flakes, Idaho and mashed potato flakes. I preserve those. Those are going to be good for a long, long time. And all of these other buckets you see over here, all the way to the back, is white. And then over here I got some, you know, shredded chicken, scrambled eggs. Now these are all raw eggs, right? Just chicken Alfredo. So this is all stuff I made myself and I freeze dried. Because I like freeze dried products because of the long shelf life. You can see that here with the Augustin Farm stuff. These go all the way back, 8 cans deep. I've done reviews on almost all of these Augustine Farm products. I do have some left to do, such as the potato slices in this teriyaki rice and vegetable. But I've done reviews on pretty much most of this stuff. A lot of it I do like. There's been 1 or 2 that I do not like, to be honest with you. Down here are my red beans. I did a video on spoiling and losing half of my red beans. You ought to check that out too. White beans. I got some flour that goes all the way back. My peanut butter, tomato sauce, and corn. This shelf contains pasta. Interesting thing is I ordered a bunch of this pasta, and some of them had weevils in it after sitting on the shelf for a while. So it's kind of interesting because I just froze it, and then when I cooked it, the weevils flow to the top. You know, it's protein. I just clean them off the top. But yeah, I do have pasta, and pasta keeps for a long, long time. I will add more spaghetti. This is my can of Spam. This is some freeze-dried stuff I need to put in the bin. I haven't done yet. Some pancake mix in the back, and some Asian MREs. I did videos on all of that stuff if you were curious how that stuff works out. Soda crackers. I eat soda crackers pretty much regular with my canned meats and fish. Got 100 cans of spicy tuna here. Just shy of 100 cans of corn chicken meat, which is just corn chicken meat. Now my emergency ration bars, some pickles, some condiments, vinegar. I do need to get another box of these sardines because it looks like I'm down to about 50. These are, looks like about 40 cans of corned beef. I got some Swiss Miss, some Jello, some cake mix, some oils. Here's where I keep my mushrooms and things of that nature. Now, I got a lot of gaps because I've been moving things around. You can see I have space on my shelf for things. Now, I just ordered the fruit cocktail to fill that back up, but I have been consolidating things around. I have been cooking things that have been getting more than 6 months past their best buy date and getting those up in the freeze dryer and things of that nature. And I did just order some more stuff, like some more cooking oil and stuff. You'll see those in my prep supply come in type of stuff. Guys, that's my pantry. I spent a bit of money, a lot of planning, some trial and error, and all of this has given me a great peace of mind that the next time there's a lockdown or the next time that there's any emergency, I'm prepared. Now keep in mind, I don't just hoard food. I eat out of this pantry on the regular. Daily I feed 5 to 6 people, my crew, my staff, and We rotate through this stuff fairly regular. And also keep in mind that I prep everything else, and I mean everything else, from firearms, ammunition, medical supplies, oxygen tanks, camping equipment, solar equipment, you name it, I prepped it, and I've probably done a video on it. I'll do a 2024 recap of where I think I did in 2023, and we'll try to figure out gaps moving forward. But yeah, I appreciate any comments, or if you guys have any feedback on what I need to do. I will tell you, this is the second floor of this building, and this pantry is not very ventilated. And it is warm up here. It's not hot, but it is definitely warm. It is the tropics. This is the Philippines. I'm not going to air condition my pantry, right? These things travel in trucks and sit in warehouses. Food can handle heat. Actually, it's supposed to handle the heat. So it is not unbearably hot up here for my food. It may be warm for me sitting up here, making it available for me to run through and eat. All right, guys, that's my pantry. I won't do another pantry update until maybe the end of this year if I make any big changes. But mostly what I've been doing is just rotating things in and out of it as needed. I hope all of you guys are prepping. And as I tell people all the time, you don't have to have a big pantry like this in one shot. You know, if all you can afford is a can of tuna a week, take that can of tuna, stick it in a box, stick it under your bed, forget about it, and just do that every week. And eventually you'll get a week's supply of food, 2 weeks supply, 3 weeks supply. Start your preps slow and low. Identify areas that you're sorely missing things in, and don't try to make them 100% right away. Get everything up to 10%, and everything up to 20%. Mix it up. All right, guys. Once again, I hope you guys had a good year last year, and regardless of all the news, which I try to avoid, I hope this year everyone survives and does fine. Thank you.